Once again, back at Lambeau Field, Drexel Podcast, also known as the Facts It In Podcast, because we're here to bring facts. We have a true facts person, although if you play in a fantasy football league with him, he's probably not very factual in that. But Matt Kavetschanky, also known as Gronk, was known as the head coach, now market leader, correct?
Yes, sir.
In New Berlin. Thanks for joining, Gronk.
Glad to be here. This is so weird. This sounds really good.
This is really good.
I feel like I'm on a radio.
This is Radio Row at the Super Bowl.
This is
It's really what it is.
Yeah.
If you're to be on Radio Row at the Super Bowl, whose show would you want to be on?
Knee-jerk reactions probably McAfee, right? Knee-jerk reactions probably McAfee, just because I think it's kind of a bro and we can have a regular conversation. Maybe do a little more research, but that's my knee-jerk. You? I guess I hadn't really thought about it until you just asked that. I would say like a Peter King, even though he's retiring now. Oh, sure.
Just the insight he's got. He always asks really good questions and things like that. So I would say probably Peter King would have been mine. Andrew Rettler?
I have no idea. I don't know.
No.
SVP, does he do Radio Row? Scott Van Pelt, he seems cool.
Or Rich Eisen, maybe.
Rich Eisen, that's who I would pick. He seems fun.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey to Drexel. You used to sell furniture, right?
I did.
As you would say, slang and bang furniture.
Slang and bang, yeah. Making sure sectionals can fit in the basement, make sure you can get downstairs. Talking through
Colder, Steinhoffels, where was it?
Ashley Furniture.
Ashley.
Yep. They actually manufacture their own furniture. That's why they're very profitable.
I've heard they're Amish.
Yeah, they may be. And I actually thought Ashley was a girl who, maybe the daughter. Turns out the fellow who started the business, back in that time, you paid your bills off of Rolodex. Like, cool, we want to get paid first, so let's have our name be Ashley. So there is no Ashley involved in Ashley Furniture, but enough about them. I actually started working with juvenile delinquents out of college, dug the job, pretty much like a glorified...
And you still do, basically, so...
Absolutely, yep. But no one wants to physically hurt me on a day-to-day basis. That job they did. Cool job, made a lot of great relationships, but tired of putting Band-Aids on broken legs, super stressed out, burned out, couldn't do this, making $35,000 a year. Needed to do something. And I was venting with the girl I worked with, and her husband at the time sold furniture. It's like, Matt, why don't you go sell furniture? I was like, I don't really want to do that, but I'll do something. So I did that for a year and a half, assistant manager there, full commission, which was odd. So it's weird to work in a cutthroat type industry and pushing down old ladies to when a younger couple walks in, I know, that's probably going to be a sectional for a basement, and I'm fighting with older women to make that sale because it's our paycheck.
Literally running ahead of, that's how furniture sales. You guys all stand there,
yes.
And you run towards somebody.
Yep. And
then there's the vulturing, right? Like
yep.
They walk away, you zoom in. Like,
yep.
That's a mess, isn't it?
It is. It's hard to do, and again, very cutthroat. If you didn't hit your numbers 3 months in the calendar year, there was no conversation. You just walked out the door. So you want to go to a furniture store on the last weekend of the month, you will see some salespeople hustling because they got to make sure they hit their numbers. And again, didn't want to do that long term. Nights and weekends, it was a fun job-ish, I guess, if selling furniture could be fun. But I was going to a beer fest in Madison, and I ran into a high school buddy who was pretty much cross-eyed at the time. And he's like, hey, what do you think about selling building supply materials? And I'm like, I don't know, kind of seems like a lateral move. Turns out this fella was Jason Strobel's roommate in college who knew Joel, and about a month later, again, I didn't think my friend would even remember this conversation. I got an email from Joel, hey, looking for a rock star salesman. And I was like, rock star salesman? Who's this guy think he is? This is worth a phone call. I'm interested. Interview with Joel, and same thing. 7 a.m. interview in Campbell Sport. I'm like, wow, that's really early, and I don't know where Campbell Sport is. Went up with Joel, and he asked me what I know about doors in Millwork. I said, nothing. He said, you need to bring it every day? I said, yep. He's like, well, cool, you don't got to know shit for a year. We'll train you, and that's it. That's all she wrote, and I will happily retire here wearing blue. Couldn't have asked for a better situation. Would have never guessed it, but yeah, it's a crazy, crazy job, and I dig it a lot.
How many expos have you been to?
Well, this would be my fifth. 1 year. My wife runs my calendar. I shouldn't say runs my calendar. She keeps track of everything. And we booked a vacation to Mexico. I didn't realize that was the same time as the Expo. So this is either 6 or 8 years ago, and I remember having to call Joel that I accidentally booked something on the Expo. So I'll never let that happen again. So it would have been 5. But I believe this is my fourth or fifth. It's crazy to see what this has turned into. Not that the off stuff wasn't phenomenal, it's just bigger, better, and I keep saying we're just getting started, but it's just wild to see where
it sounds like we've outgrown the rooms already
for
CU courses. I've been asking builders, what's more important, product knowledge or project management proactive skills? What's more important to you? What do you think?
It's got to be proactive skill. I would think, not to discredit product knowledge, there's definitely a need for that, and I think builders and carpenters can and will appreciate that, but at the same time, I don't think we need to be experts in that, right? If we can get in front of things and we can prevent fires before they start, and we are organized and we are getting in front of job sites, and I think that's a way larger impact for the builder. I think, maybe I'm wrong, but I guess the builders would be the one to ask, but that's my gut.
That's been the consensus.
Okay.
And, a lot of them talk about how easy it is to gain knowledge now with YouTube and Google and you name it.
And honestly,
podcasts.
Even if you are an expert in anything, if you can't deliver on time and you're always behind the 8 ball and trying to right the ship and whatever, I don't care what kind of knowledge you have, you're not setting them up for success. You're just not.
We might do a live mock NFL draft for the Packers since we're here later. Are you in?
I'm in. Yeah.
Pro Football Now. We'll have to fire that up. We'll call you over.
I'm assuming in your past you've listened to some Outcasts before?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Do you want to ask the question since it is your question?
What, top 5 rappers?
No. Did Miss Jackson ever accept apology?
He didn't intend to make the daughter cry.
He apologized like a million times.
A lot.
Like a million.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, that wound has to have healed by now.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is there any record? I Googled it. I couldn't find an answer.
Probably, honestly, one of the better questions I've heard in the last year or so.
It was on. I stopped by Marcus and I was like, hey, do you think she ever accepted the apology?
That's great.
I mean, he was for real.
He was. As you asked that question, I sang the song in my head.
If this gets published out there and anybody knows, please let us know.
Miss Jackson, if you're listening, let us know.
Outcast, very underrated group. They have some bangers.
They do.
They don't get a lot of cred. But
Bombs Over Baghdad was like the ultimate warm-up song for years and years and years at high school gyms.
That was on our high school mixtape. Our coach was inside of that. He also had I forget the name of the song, but the Chumbawamba. I get knocked down. Not great. And our team wasn't great. And I'm like, you don't got to let them know. This should not be on our warm-up tape.
Best part of being at Lambeau is you got tours walking through as we're sitting here in Radio Row.
Yeah, this is great. They're looking at us. We're live.
Yeah.
They think, just because of the way we look, we're really important and stuff's actually happening here.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a press conference. New head coach. We're introducing the new defensive coordinator.
Follow us live.
This is awesome.
This is crazy.
Too cool.
They think we're way more important than we are, and that something's actually happening.
We're going to end up on somebody's Facebook gallery, just mixed in at the Packer tour.
So did you guys, I assume, talk a little bit of Packers, right, throughout?
Not much.
No?
Not much. What do you want to talk about? What are they drafting? We did talk a little bit. Talked about offseason and theories, right? A lot of good free agent safeties. You fill needs with free agents and you draft best player available. Supposedly that's the way to build a dynasty.
Yep.
So we were talking through some of the safeties. Xavier McKinney seems like the one that we're rooting for. I think I don't know from a cost perspective, right, how this lays out. I think in a perfect world I would like him. Not that I don't love Micah Hyde, but I'd be really bummed if that's the one we got to come back, right? 6 years ago, sure, but whether it's Simmons or there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
They do need to sign at least one.
I hope so.
And they always go like middle of the road. They don't get the big name. They find Adrian Amos type player, which works.
Yeah, Micah Hyde, 34 already. It's like, holy cow, where'd that time go?
We should not have let him walk. That's when I
was lukewarm on him.
He played really well in Buffalo.
Yeah. But in Joe Barry's defense, he wouldn't have played well. Anyways, he'd have been 56 yards.
I didn't think we were gonna bring that name up today, but we did. We went there.
I figured it brings you joy that he's not here anymore.
I'm gonna see if you want to come on the podcast, but he's in Miami already. So.
Wrong podcast. That's Fired Coaches Podcast. Your other podcast. Shameless plug. Fired Coaches Podcast by Marcus Weger. We'll have Joe Barry on within a month.
So who do you guys hope we get in the draft, or does that change?
Cooper DeJean, cornerback, Iowa.
He's all over Cooper DeJean.
I do like him. He just seems like a great football player. Not to, when you watch Baltimore, and I'm not saying that guy's Kyle Hamilton, but I like someone that can bring in the box, whether he in coverage or he just seems like a really good football player. And I even on offense, I know you need big dogs up front, but I'm kind of over the positions. I don't really need a safety or a linebacker or a DN or a running back, right? I just want guys that can fly. So whether that's a tight end, an H-back, a running back, and same on the defensive side, linebacker, safety, corner, I don't really know. If I got a bunch of athletes out there, like that's what I want. And I just want to fly around.
Speaking of athletes, I'm going for Jackson Powers Johnson, the center from Oregon. Big fan. Recently heard him, I think it was at the Combine, was he telling somebody, some interview? You got all the autograph hounds waiting after camps or wherever you are, and he, some people are over the top, or collectors, or they just sell it. Right?
Sure.
When he sees those people, he signs Turd Ferguson on the ball. We got to get this guy to Green Bay.
It's funny.
He is that's my kind of teammate. I want that guy on my team. I don't care about the flying around the field. I need a locker room guy like that.
I like that.
He's my guy. If they pick him, I probably have to get. And his name is Jackson Powers Johnson.
Sounds like an attorney.
Literally.
That's my pick.
Yep. Spuda.
Although I was all over Denzel Mims like through COVID year. That was my pick. And thank God that's when they picked Jordan Love.
Huh.
And I was really mad.
I was really mad.
How were you when they picked Jordan Love? Did you love it? Or were you like, this is bullshit because they needed so much other help? That's where I was.
I
was angry.
Honestly, I was really confused. I just didn't know. I'm like, okay, cool. Is Aaron gone? How good is this guy? And to your point, we had a lot of other holes. So I'm like, why aren't we going to try to plug said holes with something different?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new guest, Justin Spuda, quarterback, New Berlin. We just had Rob Miller from Rob Miller Homes on here.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on here for about 15, 20 minutes.
Really?
A lot of disappointing things to say, so that's why we want to bring you on.
Okay.
Yeah, we do it. Did I get to my notes here? Yeah.
Back to that page.
He was actually incredibly complimentary of everything that we do. I tried to get him to say something bad, and he couldn't do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He really values your relationship and your weekly meetings he brought up.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded like he couldn't imagine business any other way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely streamlined. Obviously, the process, the building process, there's many different phases to building a home, multiple projects going on at once. And just to be in front of his team and go through each job in each category and, do a construction update has been extremely beneficial to us. But also it's that connection piece. Right.
He seems like he's big on relationships.
Yeah.
Like, called people he builds houses for his brother when they're done.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so he values everything that you do for him. You should know that.
Yeah. Lifelong friends after the home is built.
That's exactly what he said. Same phrase.
Yep. So a lot of his homes are 2+ years on the build.
He talked about the 20,000 square foot home he just finished recently. Have you been there?
Yes.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
It's just
One of the coolest homes you've ever seen, been in, around?
Yeah. There's an African pub room.
African pub room. There's multiple bowling lanes in the basement, and then shoe sizes for everyone. So when you bring the family over, the bar in that basement, I believe, Spuda, was shipped over from Europe because it was from Henry Ford's
estate.
Yes,
yeah.
This is real.
The cabinet, the cabinetry bar was created in.
So speaking of bowling, what is the worst thing to do on a first date? The worst thing you can do. And I'm not saying bowling's it. I just thought about that. Bowling's not even in my top 10 worst things.
Hold on, is this an activity, or I mean, like, if you
first date, activity. I'll kick it off and tell you what I think.
Pooping your pants would be probably number one.
But I mean, yes. Obviously,
I knew we'd go there.
Okay, so when you take a gal out,
okay,
or in today's day and age, partner, whatever you guys are into, I don't know. Like, go to a movie, go out mini golfing, bowling, like the activity. Because I always, and I argue a little bit with people about this. Going to a movie on the first date is the worst thing you can do because you don't talk to each other. Right?
Yeah. What's going on?
What's going on there?
Just adjusting the levels, trying to get the background noise out.
So where does like bowling or miniature golf, where does it all rank? Or do you agree on the movie thing?
I do, but when
That's a
you're
terrible idea.
But when you're 14, and your parents are dropping you off, and I get my arm around the girl or whatever, so I'm all in a movie.
Yeah.
But now, I don't get to have.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking like age 26 dating rest.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
When you're looking for potentially something more. All right. Hip hop. You guys are in the hip hop, right?
Last night we were. Stadium dude, Tupac.
Your Mount
Actually,
Rushmore.
Dr. Dre.
It was Dr. Dre.
It was Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where does he rank in your rappers of all time?
Top. I
Top
would say
three.
number 2. Number 2. He's in the top 3. For sure.
Second poop joke, number 2.
Keep
So
putting
who's
by
your
the
number
rim.
one, Spuda?
Eminem.
Oh, 3?
Yeah. What's that?
Where'd he go 3?
Snoop.
4?
Tupac's my number 2.
It's not DMX.
Makes sense.
It's not DMX in 4.
I do like rappers that yell a lot, though. I like DMX. I like Mystical.
He's
I like
up
Lil
there.
Jon.
He's up
I
there.
like guys that just yell. I don't know why.
Project Pat.
Project Pat.
Yeah.
In my project.
Do you agree with him?
No, a little different. I probably go. Eminem's probably number 1 for me. Tupac 2. And I'm trying. Actually, Eminem has a song right where he rattles them off. So I don't want to like copy him. Andre 3000's pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because you're leaving out Ludacris,
Yeah.
Biggie. Like it's
And
always a good conversation.
and not to love Biggie Smalls, right? But he didn't do it for that long and doesn't have that many, right? And I think people just say, like, I don't know, Tupac's got infinite, right? It was a little more longevity and not to, I don't know.
He's just intense. That's why I like Tupac. Like, he's an intense one.
Yes. Yep.
Like Public Enemy is very underrated.
Sure.
Like, you go back and listen to their stuff. It's really, really good.
So I'm looking at a picture of a DeLorean here. So what's the coolest car you guys have ever driven in or drove?
Horrible question for me to answer. I'll let you guys go because I am so not a car guy.
It doesn't matter. So maybe the coolest one is your current F-150.
That's probably it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Chevy Silverado.
I'd say my grandpa oversaw a dealership, and I get to drive an Escalade one time.
Ooh, nice.
I have a buddy named Goatbag who had a Chrysler Sebring.
Hold on.
What's his name?
Goatbag. Shout out Goatbag. Had a Chrysler Sebring convertible, cherry red. That was cool at the time because I was like 22.
So I'm gonna need you to unpack that a little bit. Goat bag?
There's a story there.
Yeah. What is it?
We need to unravel that story.
It's actually simpler than you think. Don't overthink it. We were in a softball tournament. We decided we needed nicknames for everybody. We just started rattling them off. Goatbag, O-ring, pickles.
Let me ask you: is a goat bag a thing?
We'll talk later.
Okay. Cool.
That's a separate podcast.
Nice.
Spuda, what else on your mind?
Can we go back to the Packers, though?
Yeah, let's go back. Here, let's do a mock draft right now. I'll fire up the mock draft while you guys talk.
All right.
So, I'm staying at the Lodge Kohler. Awesome room. The shower's crazy, by the way. 3 heads.
Shout out,
The thing like
I
slides
don't
up
need
and down.
that. I don't like it. I'm a crabby old man apparently because I'm like,
Get off
it
my
was
lawn.
annoying.
Digital thermometer, like, it was
hot
just
did you
crazy.
go?
I got a 1954 ranch in New Berlin, Wisconsin, so that was like pretty high tech for me.
So-
which was awesome.
I
So
turned-
great shower, but the hotel room, the Packers. There's a story here, like the pictures on the wall. Brett Favre.
You got Favre room?
I got a Favre room.
I got some fire from mine.
I mean,
I don't know who I got. I didn't really pay attention.
the greatest quarterback of all time
That's a podcast topic too.
for the Green Bay Packers.
Really, you think so?
I think so. I love him.
I like his personality.
We need to find Eric Kane because I'm pretty sure he would fight tooth and nail on that one. So
Rodgers.
that's
all
what he would
day.
say. That's what he would say.
Statistically, right?
It's hard because do I think that Aaron was a better thrower of the football? Probably, right? But there's I don't know. It's the I don't know how to. It's the moxie. It's the
Right.
Franchise is in two different spots.
yeah.
Right? I mean,
Right. It was just different. I don't know. Yeah.
Favre was in an era, and I was born in the 70s, that's how old I am. And the Packers were so bad for most of my childhood. And I was 13, 14 when Favre came around, and that was the best.
Oh,
Because
sure.
he was such a personality, and he was just that weird, and I hate the phrase gunslinger, but there's no better way to describe that hillbilly.
Yep.
And it was so much freaking fun.
For how long he did it, I don't know if people realize how special it is.
Okay.
And when he played,
Hang
you
on,
could
we're on the
hit
clock.
court.
We're on the clock.
Okay.
Pick 25. Washington just offered us pick 36 and a first next year.
36 and a first next year, I would take.
Drop 11 spots and pick up another first.
If we do something in the free age, obviously we don't know, but if that happens lifetime, I would absolutely take that. And who is it? Washington?
Yeah.
And they're probably not going to be great next year again.
Jackson Powers Johnson is available, so we're drafting him. We're rejecting him. Sorry.
So I guess Andy Rutler's the GM here, so we're just scouts that they're screaming in the back. So
Second round, Tyler Nubin, Darius Robinson, edge out of Missouri, Tavondre Sweat, tackle, Texas. What are they?
Nubin.
Offensive lineman, should go center, Zach Fisher.
I would go Nubin.
Nubin.
Nubin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Noobs, you're in. We got noobs.
All right.
We're doing pretty good.
Feel
We got
good.
Jackson Powers
Hopefully
Johnson.
Jackson Powers can play because I guess there's one opinion in the room. So
He can play.
He can play. I've watched the tape.
got another trade offer here.
Detroit just offered us, we're on the clock at pick 58. They offered us drop 3 spots to 61, pick up a third, but we're giving them 168. I don't think that doesn't add up. Reject. Oh, Pittsburgh came at us. I'm not going through this. This is too much. Just know that we got JPJ and we got noobs. We're good. Super Bowl.
I'm just wildly impressed with the audio right now.
This is good.
I feel like my aunt, she's no longer with us, R.I.P. She said I had a voice for a radio. Maybe that means I'm not a good-looking fella.
No, you do. You do have a DJ.
You sound good.
Yeah.
Smooth AF is what the kids would say.
No, this is awesome. Plug and play, super easy to use. You
Yeah.
can hear some of the background noise, but it's not like too loud. Or
Sure,
over the top,
sure.
you know, so.
My buddy's got an idea for a podcast. Maybe we get this off the ground, but his idea, and I know the market's flooded, but it's called 8 Beers Deep. So the podcast doesn't start until...
I like this already.
Yeah, it doesn't start until you've had 8 beers.
That would be the best.
Right. My wife has 8 beers. She's speaking cursive. I think I'm better off 8 beers, but the conversation's going to go a lot of different directions when you've got 8 beers in you.
That's been an idea for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when I think you brought that up to me like 10 years ago. It's been a long thought process there in the making.
I like to think I possibly invented Netflix as well. Not quite, but when I was like 12 or 13, I'd sit at home by myself. My parents would go out and they'd leave me, $20 for pizza. And I'm like, man, it'd be a lot cooler if I could just order a large Roni and Dumb and Dumber and both these things would show up. I don't got a license. I can't go anywhere. Can't leave anywhere. How do we share these movies for these kids that can't drive? Not quite Netflix, but there's something there now. It's that because no one rents movies anymore. But
Spuda, do you have anything?
Best line in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
no way.
Yeah. Planet on the moon.
I was going to say when he shows up on the moped, he's like, you sold the van?
Love that movie.
Peter didn't even have a head.
Yeah.
Or when she's working through what time to pick her up. It's like 7:45. He's like, how about quarter to 8? She's like, she goes like this and this. He goes, fine, 7:45.
Mine was, are those your skis? Yes. Both of them.
Big gulps, eh, guys?
Cool. So many.
Well, see you later. That was improv. Those guys weren't even actors. Rangers.
Oh, really?
Those two guys standing out, they were really just filming there. The guy, what's the
Jim Carrey.
Farrelly brothers?
Yeah.
He just pulled him in and said, just stand there, we're going to do something, basically. The Landing on the Moon was improv. That was not the script.
Genius.
So good.
Boilermakers.
Do you have any inventions that somebody else stole, like he's got? Like something you thought of, like, yep, I knew it. I knew it.
No. I got another idea. I think this might exist somewhere, but if you can somehow pair, I don't know, some famous chef or whatever with a bank of recipes, because there's so many times I think people look in the fridge or look in the cupboard like, I got nothing to eat. But if you could scan, I'll say 15 barcodes, and then it's going to poop out two or three recipes that you can make. Oh, I didn't know I could make that, and then, oh, cool, I can mix this because I'm not a chef, far from it. So if I could scan 12 things, it would tell me, hey, you've got the ingredients, this is the recipe, rock and roll. I think there's something to that.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Have you ever had munchies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know where you're going.
I invented those before. I mean, not me. At a bar in Hartford on a pub crawl. Halloween. We're all sitting at this bar, this little small dumpy bar. And they got the chips on the rack.
Yep.
And just asked, do you have a big bowl? And they're like, yeah. Give me all them chips. And we put it in the bowl and just pass it back. We're like, this is good. Somebody should sell this. Like, mix the chips. And now munchies, here we are. Many years later, should have.
I've actually had some of your homemade munchies, and I like you threw combos in there.
The road
I
trip
like
mix.
That. Yes,
I made that for we had our cabin up north is owned by a lot of family members. We meet once a year and have a meeting and talk about what we're going to do for the year. I made some of that, but I mixed it up. I didn't do Funyuns or corn nuts this time. It's really good.
Corn nuts also.
But there were combos. Everybody loves the combos.
What kind of combos? What kind of
pizza, the green bag.
Yeah. So the pretzel.
What's your favorite combo?
Pizza pretzel.
Yeah, pizza pretzel.
100%. I'm not a big fan of the cheddar
with cracker.
I was just going to say, that's my wife's favorite, and those are the worst.
Oh, man. Talk
There's
about a dry
nothing
mouth.
there. Yeah. There's no flavor. It's like you smeared something on cardboard and put it in your mouth.
So if we're going on a road trip, sorry, go ahead, Spuda.
I will say the seven layer tortilla.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's called. But it's a
combo flavor?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It just blew his mind.
Like you're at a Mexican place.
See,
Buffalo blue cheese ain't bad.
Yeah,
they're good.
But
I'm not a blue
got
cheese guy.
7-layer what?
Tortilla. Or
yes,
yeah,
like a 7-layer.
7-layer nacho.
Yeah.
Something.
I can see the picture.
Like green bay.
Where has this been?
I'll get you.
So if we're going on a road trip, right, and we're stopping at the gas station, what are we coming? Is there a go-to for you guys, whether it's beef jerky or combos or a particular soda?
I love like a jalapeno cheddar hot stick.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
And a wild cherry Pepsi.
And a wild cherry, sure.
What do you got? What's your road trip? Stop at the gas station, hungry snack.
It is a beef stick or combos, but I love Take 5. Take 5.
Oh, Take 5.
Yeah, just
Great candy bar.
Great candy bar.
the caramel, the pretzel, the salt.
Is that your number one?
Cheering up right now.
I need one right now.
I need some food.
Where do I go?
I'm hungover as shit and tired. I need food.
What do we got eating today? What do we got? Box lunches, brats? What are we doing? We don't know.
Oh, it looks like there's soup. You see those big kettles and there's bowls there? We're going to have soup.
I wonder what the soup du jour is.
You know what a soup kitchen is?
That sounds good. Sweaty balls.
Well, thanks for including me in the podcast. I would say my one invention that nobody had was Fire Coach's podcast. My road trip snack would be peanut butter M&Ms. And then I would have the hot fries in the bag.
Oh, yeah. Handicap hot fries?
Yeah,
Solid move.
Yep.
The cheddar fries.
Cheddar fries, sorry. And then, probably wild cherry Pepsi, actually.
Yeah.
Wash it down.
I feel I get excited because there's more things I want to ask. So let's go back to M&Ms now. So how do you rank your M&Ms? Is peanut butter number one? Peanut plain? What do you got?
The most bullshit M&M is the caramel one. That's not even real caramel.
I wouldn't even eat it.
Those are gross.
Wouldn't even.
They're like milk duds.
Right.
And
That's garbage candy Halloween, those orange and black things.
What are those? What are those?
They're disgusting.
They are.
But, and then candy corn's on there.
Candy corn's also disgusting.
But you can throw caramel M&Ms right on that fucking list right now.
Gronk, I think Rattler needs to be a part of your 8 Beers Deep podcast. You guys would have some really good conversation.
What do you, M&Ms, go.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the regular, like the traditional M&M, can go away. It doesn't do. If it's in a cookie, I think it's a nice addition. But I never
accessory.
Yeah. I go peanut butter all day long. That's my number one. Then I probably go peanut after that.
Peanut? Do they make almond M&Ms?
They do. Yeah, I believe so.
Almond?
Almond.
Remember that commercial where they throw that guy on the car for saying almonds? I like almonds. It's almonds and almonds are everywhere nowadays.
I'm never really looking for M&Ms though.
Me either.
Right?
No, I never buy them.
Until you have the peanut butter.
Yeah, I get a big bag of peanut butter, weird, and put them in the freezer. Yeah.
Oh, the freezer.
Nice. Yep.
Did you rank your peanut butter? Did you rank your M&Ms, Marcus? Now that you came back to the podcast? Welcome back, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, peanut butter. I mean, just there's nothing else you really need. I have a sick craving for peanut butter M&Ms. I don't know what it is. Like I walk in a gas station, I'm literally going to the bathroom. I'm going to grab peanut butter M&Ms.
What if they're out, but they got Reese's Pieces? Are you gonna grab some? Or you keep
Reese's
moving?
Pieces.
Yeah, I would make a pivot for that.
Reese's Pieces.
100%. I love Reese's Pieces.
Did you ever have the big cup? Reese's peanut butter cup? The big cup?
I did.
I heard those are phenomenal.
They are. They've got one with a big cup with a little bit of pretzel snuck in there too. It'll change your life.
You know why they're good? It's just like the eggs, the holiday ones.
Yes.
Where the ratio of chocolate to peanut butter is.
Yes.
The regular peanut butter cups are too much chocolate.
Yep. And again,
but when you get to the holiday ones in the big cup,
the Easter egg.
They've mastered the ratio.
Yeah.
The Easter egg.
Easter egg. Yep.
I mean, that one's dangerous.
Those are the best.
The Christmas trees are pretty good, but
the Christmas trees are real good.
They're good, but they got because of the edges. There's still more chocolate.
Yep.
The eggs are the best.
Yes.
And they don't make them as big as they used to anymore.
No.
They don't make big ones.
It used to be more of a 2-biter. Now I just toss it in.
Like Cadbury eggs used to be like real gooey, and now that's like a hard, weird middle too.
I'm kind of out on those. I'm kind of out on Cadbury eggs. Costco does have the trees, and I can't remember if there's like 156. There's a weird amount. But out at home, like I'll put fistfuls like in my kangaroo pouch, and I'll eat 15, 16. There'll be some shrapnel in the garbage.
When you have one, it turns into two. When you have two, it turns into 8. You're like, well, one more, and then you're 12 peanut butter cups deep.
Speaking of Easter,
did you guys know Marcus played college basketball and was a 3-point assassin?
I did not know that.
Nope.
I don't think anybody knows that. Next topic, moving on.
We got to
Him
get
and
something.
Brock played college basketball together.
Well, Brock sat the bench. I played a little bit, but we're going to get really factual on Facts It In here. So, yeah, Brock played first 2 years, and we were actually pretty decent. And then his junior year, he played a lot, and he gave it up. But yeah, I could shoot a little bit.
You got a spot, corner, elbow extended. You don't care.
No,
Doesn't
don't
matter.
care.
Yeah.
No.
the wing.
I came in as a point guard, but when you turn it over like a bakery, you got to figure out how to shoot it pretty quick. Otherwise, you're never going to play. So.
That's fair.
It's got to be the wing, right?
What's that?
The wing?
Yeah, I like the top, honestly, the most for some reason. But yeah, top or wing. I didn't like corner 3 is obviously in the NBA the highest percentage. And
is it really?
Even college, yeah. Because NBA is a little bit shorter.
Okay.
I just don't like it.
But I didn't like corners.
No, I don't
I
either.
wasn't a big corner guy.
I picture you as like a Terry Porter type.
Oh, Terry Porter.
That would be your comp?
Terry Porter actually was dating my mom's best friend from high school at Stevens Point. So funny you say that.
Sounds hot.
No, I'd say it was more of a Steve Blake.
Oh, Maryland.
Blake, oh sure. You even look like him.
Yeah.
I'm not doing appearance, I'm doing playing style, but who do you?
Steve Blake.
My player comp is JaVale McGee, hands down. I have a home and away JaVale McGee jersey because of that.
As you should.
Who's your comp?
I don't know.
What's your game like?
You're Matthew Dellavedova.
Outside.
You're Delhi? Hold on.
I'm
Regular
out-
Delhi?
I'm-
Are you playoff Delhi or regular Delhi?
I would be playoff Delhi if I was Delhi. I would be all in your shit, just harassing.
You're Pat
shit.
Bev?
Yeah.
Pat Bev.
Yeah.
Great addition, by the way.
No, but I'm not banging in the paint. I'm not under the roof. The
Same.
rack.
Same.
I'm on the outside, working the 3-point line.
Like
I don't
JaVale
know.
McGee.
I would say I'm like a Steph Curry.
Gronk, you can't say big country. You look at Greg Ostertag.
I just don't like the way those dudes look.
Todd McCullough.
Who's the guy from the Clippers?
Luke Longley.
Oh, from Michigan? Huh? Chris Kaman? Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Kaman.
Hey, he was an all-star. He was actually solid. He was a better player. I'll take Chris Kaman.
Zilgauskas?
I do. Well, I actually chuck
Juris.
now. I go out and I can shoot decent from 3, but obviously.
You're like a Bobby Portis at that.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's solid. Yeah. A little bit of a hype guy. A little bit of.
Little slashing, some 3-pointers,
Yeah.
but you'll slang and bang.
And I will get you an elbow here and there.
Yeah.
Not dirty, within the confines, but I gotta let you know I'm around. Yeah. Bobby Portis. Sure. You can chuck a little bit, get some boards. I like that. Yeah.
I actually got a hashtag on Twitter. I'm trying to get going again. Bring back the true 5-man, because I feel like all the guys you just named.
Ostertag, McCullough, they don't exist in the NBA
Vitali,
anymore.
Potapinko, all those guys are non-existent. They
Vitali,
look like
Potapinko.
Roy Hibbert was the last one.
Yep.
Arvydas Sabonis.
I love
Arvydas
Arvydas. One of my favorite basketball players of all time.
I guess, Andre Drummond's probably like one of the only guys right now that really can step outside.
Sabonis was great. The court vision he had.
Unbelievable passer.
And Marcus, do you think we ever get back there with the big guy?
It all comes back around.
It has to, right?
Yep.
No, it'll switch just like football's going to too. We just talked about this earlier. The first team to beef up an old Cowboys offensive line and run the ball up the middle over and over is going to just start winning Super Bowls, and then everybody's going to flip to that.
Yep.
It's going to happen. It has to.
It's gone way too far with passing and way too far with three-point shooting that it can't. It's got to come back.
The defense will catch up at some point, and they'll have to figure it out.
Rattler, was that you that gave me the idea about how to change up the NBA and how you could have the home court established where the three-point line was? Was that your idea?
Maybe.
So I like this, and at first I heard this. I'm like, well, this is crazy. And like, well, think about major league stadiums, right? Sometimes someone hits a home run, like, yeah, that goes out in 12, and not the other stadiums.
Really, what we're saying is bring back rock and jock.
But think about it. If your team can chuck wherever you want to put the line, really close, far back, a little home court advantage. I don't know.
So Golden State's would be like half court
Sure.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're
Why
right.
not?
Yeah. Major League Baseball defense is different in every part.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, at first I'm like, that's dumb, and I thought a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. Why not? Switch it up.
If it wasn't my idea, I'm going to say because it's a good idea. I'm going to claim it.
Genius. Yep.
So run with it. Tell everybody that was my idea.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Betsy Gitter.
Woo!
Hi. So Allie and I just got a Nintendo Switch for the kids.
Yeah.
I'll say for the kids. Yeah.
Christmas time.
Allie and I just got one.
And we've been playing a lot of Mario Kart.
Mario Kart stands the test of time.
Our kids love it. They have a blast. Good family time. We all sit together on the couch.
We still play it on the Wii.
Do you?
Oh, it's phenomenal.
So, and then you can like connect it to the internet and download all these like retro old school games. So it's like, can I get these kids to bed? Because I want to get on like Super Nintendo and like download Tecmo. Yeah. So that's been fun. We've been doing that lately.
How is the Switch? I don't know anything about it.
It's actually really good. I like it. It is.
How old are your kids now? 5?
7 and 3.
7 and 3.
Yeah. The cool thing about the Switch is you can take it off the dock, and then they can take it in the vehicle. And, like the controllers slip into the left and right side of it. So.
What's Gray into? Is he doing video games?
No, he watches. So I got a PS5, but it's pretty much just a Madden machine. So he watches me play Madden. Says that's the Packers. Gray is into trains, trucks, excavators, anything large construction. I don't know why, but he just goes nuts. He ran around the house for probably 6 months thinking he was an excavator.
Oh, you missed it when Rob Miller was on. Flitter came over and gave him a kiss.
Oh, we saw. Yeah.
Oh, you guys saw
I'm
that?
hoping
Yeah.
the video got that.
Was it on the cheek or?
Yeah, it was on the cheek. It wasn't, no tongue.
That's awesome.
I'm not surprised.
No.
Did you sit in any CU courses yet?
Yeah.
Which one?
LG Smith Stair Parks, the Anderson window.
Good. Bad.
Training. Good. I mean,
some people aren't made to be trainers. I've heard some feedback that the sessions aren't great.
No, they're so much like what we do now with our development days. There's a lot more engagement, right? Where this is these courses are
just a lecture.
Yeah, it's a lecture, and it's like, does it actually pertain to your day to day? That's the question.
With PowerPoints that you've seen and really weird specifications.
Yeah, like Shelley from Aspen was in the LG Mike Smith's Scarecrows training with me, and we're rolling through how you install a gooseneck on an intermediate newel at a landing at a 90-degree turn. It's like, it doesn't really always apply to the person that's in that room. That's more about the carpenter, So, I don't know. I'm picking up stuff.
You're a baseball guy, right? You're
Yeah.
a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Excited about the Brewers?
Pitching.
Worried about it?
Yeah, but first of all, it's hitting. It's like I go back.
Hold on.
No.
Let's recap.
Yeah. Hold on.
Pitching.
No,
But hitting.
I'm gonna live and die
Hitting.
Dude, have we hit over 240 as a team?
Not since Jose Hernandez was there.
I mean, it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's rough.
The hitting is just a struggle.
But that's across the whole league. That's not just the Brewers.
Yeah, no, I get that, but
How fast could you throw a fastball at your peak?
Gronk's got a video.
Well, fast.
That you weren't at your peak, though. I do have a video.
What was it?
I don't know, but we've had some conversations again back in Brookfield Millwork days. You're like, dude, give me 6 months. Get some long toss. I'm hitting 90. And I'm like, get out of here. Yep, look, I'm loosening up.
Where's your high school at?
Greendale High School.
Greendale?
Yeah.
Panthers?
Yep.
The video I have on my phone when we were there, we said Spuda, but the carny running it thought we said Scooter. So he's like, yeah, get up here, Scooter. So we got the video I have.
How is that not stuck?
It kind of, well, it has a little bit.
So yeah,
Stuck with Gary,
Scooter,
right?
yeah, Scooter
I'll work
together.
on that.
Yeah.
Scooter.
You get Scooter.
Everyone at the state fair was cheering me. Scooter.
Yeah, true story.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Anybody say a Scooter Jeanette signing autographs?
I don't know what did I hit that night. 84.
My daughter has an autograph.
84.
Ball.
Did I hit 84?
I have to look.
I think it was 84
It's pretty damn good.
at the state fair.
Yeah.
Or maybe it
Those
was.
guys that play for the Timber Rattlers can't hit that.
Didn't the A's sign a guy? Wasn't that a year or two ago?
Yeah.
They signed a guy like, it wasn't a fair, but was that like their ballpark, right?
Either
It was
A's
like,
or Rockies or something like that. Yeah, and the guy threw gas. He hit like 94 or something like that. He got signed.
There
Yeah.
is no arm pain like the arm pain you get when you're at the Brewer game doing the speed pitch and you don't warm up. I don't know if you guys did, but we always did. Like we all did it. Whoever
Yeah.
had the lowest had to buy the first round of beers.
Just straight chalking.
Oh, it ripped
Gas.
like running start,
Yeah.
shot, and fall over after you throw.
Yeah.
If I do that now, like my pinky is immediately numb. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, my whole arm goes numb.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Thank you, Father Time. Appreciate you.
But the best part is when someone throws really fast, you're like, that thing doesn't work.
Yeah. Yep.
My neighbor across the street, he was outside last week, and he's got a radar gun. His dad bought it for his kids, so I'm like, wow, I might want to borrow this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
Did you have it hold it? Just ran by to see how fast you could run?
we didn't. But that's going to happen. We did gun some of the cars driving by the subdivision to keep them honest, but yeah, I'm sure a few cocktails and a radar gun, you can do a bunch of dumb shit.
Who knows? You all conference baseball player? All conference?
No. Got into some trouble. So.
Sounds like he doesn't want to talk about it. Change the subject.
Sore subject.
Life.
that'll be on Gronk's podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, here's that's episode 3.
Yeah,
You already got
that is
3
it.
episodes now.
Yeah,
One is
easy.
purely snacks.
Yes.
That's a whole episode.
Oh yeah. And again, with 8 beer, you start to go different places. You get real. Yeah. I think it's got
The
legs.
biggest trouble you'll have with that is actually having guardrails to cut it off because it's
Yeah.
just, go.
You just got to cut it up afterwards. Got to get a good editor.
Yeah.
You a beer or a booze guy?
Depends on the situation.
You flex?
Yeah. So again, we're going golfing and we got something else going on. It's kind of a long day. I better stick to some light beer. If I'm at home on Friday night and just gonna have dinner and a drink or two, I'll probably go cocktail. But if I have 14 cocktails, that's a little different than 14 beers.
Especially depends on who's mixing them.
Correct.
That's why I'm a beer guy. I like knowing what I'm getting into.
Schlitz.
Schlitz?
Yeah.
Sure. What about you, Spuda?
Kessler and Diet.
Always? All the time?
Always. Always. I don't know.
We should have recorded on your phone.
Marcus, you're out
Always.
for an anniversary dinner with your wife. What are you drinking?
Probably Captain and Coke.
With a lime?
No,
No fruit?
Not a fruity guy.
Make it different?
Pretty standard.
Is lunch downstairs?
I don't know. What time is it?
11:30.
It's lunchtime.
11:30.
Why don't you wrap this up?
Yeah.
All right, well,
Justin Spuda,
Yeah.
Matt Kavetschanky, Gronk, thanks for coming on.
Great to be here.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you.